go off on your own, and if you see a job out on Monster, Career Builder, or just posted by a company on their website, definitely include a cover letter. So on my side, when we submit resumes to clients, we don't include a cover letter. What we do is we write up a small paragraph on why they're seeing our client. Okay, so it just kind of gives a abstract, if you will, or a view from 30,000 feet of our candidate. But definitely on the cover letter side, this is your time to kind of articulate why they should bring you in for an interview. Okay, because they're going to look at your resume, and you don't want to put that on the resume because you don't want to make it too wordy. You want to kind of hit the fine points in terms of your technical skills, maybe some accomplishments, the size of the company you work for, in terms of the revenue. But on the cover letter, this is your chance to kind of express why they should bring you in for an interview. And I think that's, for us at Robert Half, we may think that they're a great fit, and we want our clients to see our candidates. So this is what we do. We kind of write up a why they should see them. Kind of send it off with the resume. And that's what the cover letter should do. And in terms of listing your accomplishments, certainly. But they have to want to. They have to want to bring you in, and it can't just be what's on your resume. And hopefully the cover letter will also give them some insight into you as a person who they haven't met or talked to, and also some insight into what you're about, what you've accomplished, and what you're looking for. What you're looking to do in your career. So.
Absolutely, cover letter, whether it's in writing or email. I've actually, what recruiters kind of do they're adding a lot to the candidate's profile when they're providing the summary, and so that's why I don't see, or one might not see a cover letter from a recruiter, but I like to see cover letters. So sometimes I've asked them, please show me if there's a cover letter from the file, or ask them to write a letter to me. With regard to cover letters, keep them short and sweet. Even to the point, it might even just be, here's my resume. But to build on what Mark said earlier, add something in the cover letter that perhaps could get lost in your resume. Or give me that summary of the resume. I've got 5 years experience, completed an MBA at University of Laverne, focused on finance, projects included in a team environment. I've been focused on your industry sector, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. To personally go over the details of my resume and learn more about how I can fit what you're looking for in both the organization and the skill. So, bam. So you're adding a little bit more to what's already in the resume, or something you really want to highlight, or just wrap it up in a paragraph or two. Give me that elevator speech, so I don't have to read this whole crazy resume and learn about you were a treasurer of the lacrosse club in college. So bring that together, tie in the industry, and I would also suggest very carefully that if you do use those buzzwords, as Mark mentioned earlier, be prepared to respond to them. If you're a self-starter and you're highly motivated, please. How do I sign your resume? Okay, and why should I hire you? Thank you.
And this is for anyone who wants to answer this question. How does one qualify for jobs if they have no experience because they've been a full-time student? And is it valuable to have experience in many different fields in business, or should they just focus on one?
I can answer the one, if you're just coming out and you have very little or no experience, it can be difficult to land that first job. If you have some experience, let's just say you're an undergrad or a graduate student, you've been working kind of part-time or doing some work, let's just say working for a tax preparer, doing some APAR stuff, you may want to reach out to a recruiter. We have a sister division called Account Temps. And I do get candidates in who haven't, due to this, our economic environment or previous recession, they come in and they haven't been working for 2 years, a year and a half. It's very difficult for us to present them to a client who wants to hire somebody and is just either we recruited them out of their current seat, or they just been, out of the job market for a few months. I say we do have some positions in account temps, which we can place you. Sometimes those temps go to perm. They go permanent. They just want to try you out for 90 days or 6 months, and then there's a conversion where they convert you to permanent. If it's not even a conversion to permanent, but let's say that you're working for a year, 9 months, at least now you have something on your resume that's current. That gives us a little bit more ammunition, or gives you a little bit more ammunition to get your resume out there. Hey, look, I've been working here for 9 months. My assignment ended. I'm looking for a direct hire opportunity. So that's what I advise folks who are coming out of undergrad or graduate, have a little background in their field. Try account temps. That may help you, or a temporary assignment. They can definitely place you. You just want to get something on your resume, so that we can, at least we got the foundation. Now let's start building on that foundation.
We've all been there. I have been where you're sitting, and I also have had the privilege to work with a group called the International Trade Education Program, ITEP. And these are high school students who have the lowest graduation rates in the country. And the biggest question they face is, I don't have any experience. How am I going to get a job? So they're not even talking about, college. They're not even talking about graduating from high school, okay? And I look at them, I say, well, wait a minute. You're a cashier at McDonald's, okay? Let's look at that. Did you do scheduling? Were you a team leader? Were you a crew chief? Were you reconciling your cash, from your cash register? Were you in charge of maintaining the fry machine and making sure that that $25,000 machine wasn't going to implode and then affect sales? So you really need to take your experience that you have in real life and work that into your resume and your cover letter. So here at school, in grad school, I would be expecting that you've worked on material projects, you've done research that potentially is probably better research that I can get my hands on as a company, because of the resources you have here in the school library and through your professors. You've got your network, wow, And then I would just add to the, maybe you haven't worked for 5 years and then went to grad school, and the other thing I think that's critical to add is do an internship, even if it's unpaid in 2 months. That word that you went to find one, you interviewed, you showed up on time, you showed up. Do the internship. I know that there's internships at the schools. I noticed one of the questions on international students for internships. There's lots of opportunities for internships, and if there aren't ones here, there's a company that you like, connect in through your school career office to approach that company to do a project for that company as an intern. And good companies will take you because, number one, all managers have been there, and if they don't take you, forget them. It's their loss. Seriously, don't like, oh, there's nobody out there. A smart manager will say, wow, it's a good school, someone's coming to me with an idea, let's talk. Internships, and convert your school experience into work experience. Teams, projects, deliverables, due dates, research, language skills.
And just for the panel again, what do you think is the value of online services as far as submitting your resumes to Monster.com, Career Builder, and those online services?